Every rich life is paid for twice, once in cash, and again in choices. You can spend years buying a discounted existence without noticing the interest piling up. Today, you'll collect the rules that quietly separate builders from bargain hunters. Keep listening, because the rule at the very end is the only one that makes all the others possible. 15. Price is loud. True cost whispers over time. The wealthy don't ask, "How much is it?" They ask, "How many high-quality uses will I get?" A cheap chair that hurts your back at month 3 is expensive. A well-made chair you use for a decade is a rounding error. Apply lifespan math to everything you touch daily: shoes, tools, laptops, bedding, your primary work bag. Spend once to remove a recurring tax on your body, your focus, and your wallet. The goal isn't to own more, it's to own fewer, better, longer. 14. Protect your hours like equity. Poor minds trade time for small savings. Rich minds trade money for large blocks of time. Decide the hourly value of your attention, then act in alignment. If your hour is worth $100, a 45-minute return trip to save $20 is a loss. Use delivery when the delta is positive. Pay for speed when speed compounds. Outsource errands that drain momentum. Time you reclaim only matters if you redeploy it into high-leverage work or recovery that restores performance. 13. Discounts are not value. Sales manufacture urgency. Outcomes build wealth. If you weren't already going to buy it, the deal is a decoy. Replace the thrill of shaving dollars with the pride of buying results. Track how many purchases moved your life forward 3 months later. Full closets and empty accounts are a symptom of entertainment spending. Invest in tools, knowledge, and access that keep paying you back after the dopamine fades. 12. Pay for judgment, not just hands. Early on, you do it all because you must. Past that season, DIY is debt. Competent experts have already made, and learned from, the mistakes you're about to fund. A great accountant more than covers their fee. A smart attorney prevents the blow-ups you never see on invoices. A seasoned operator removes friction you no longer notice. Buy other people's experience to compress your timeline and avoid tuition you don't need to pay. 11. Edit your proximity. Loyalty to low standards is a luxury you can't afford. The rich cut slow vendors, unreliable partners, and energy-sucking friends quickly and cleanly. You can be kind and still protect the mission. If someone needs constant supervision, the bill you're paying is your future. Upgrade your room, mentors, peers, service providers, until thinking big feels normal. Your environment is a thermostat. Set it higher and your behavior will rise to meet it. As you internalize these first rules, notice the pattern. Remove recurring taxes on your time, attention, and ambition. Replace them with assets that compound. The next 5 rules turn that pattern into daily systems. Ready to level up again. 10. Guard the big numbers. Let the pennies go. Wealth is built on asymmetric bets, not flawless grocery math. Spend 10 to test what could return 100. Pay 20 per month for a tool that multiplies your output. Buy the conference ticket to meet the person who changes your pipeline. You can miss a few small leaks and still be fine. You cannot miss one open fire hydrant of upside. Track big levers weekly: new clients, pricing, distribution, partnerships, capital. Audit small levers quarterly, then stop obsessing. Attention is a finite budget. Stop overdrafting it on cents. 9. Choose intelligence over thrift. Frugality feels virtuous. Intelligence compounds. Cut waste once, then redirect energy to income design. Build protection where ruin hides: health coverage, liability, disaster plans, backups. Spend on durability where failure is catastrophic and on speed where compounding rewards early movers. The goal is not to be cheap. The goal is to be hard to kill and easy to scale. 8. Do one growth move before noon. Maintenance keeps the lights on. Growth builds the skyline. Inbox, bills, tidying, minor edits, all maintain. Growth is sales calls, demos, proposals, new ads, product releases, interviews, partnerships, shipping something real. Put a single growth task first in your day. Protect it with a calendar block and rules. No meetings, no pings, phone in another room. One focused hour on a growth lever outperforms a tidy to-do list that never moves revenue. 7. Decide fast, correct faster. Waiting feels safe because the cost is invisible. But delay taxes your momentum, your options, and your belief. Label choices as reversible or hard to reverse. Make reversible calls quickly and gather feedback from reality. For one-way doors, set a deadline, define the failure line, and commit. A quick wrong turns into learning within a week. A slow maybe murders a year. Leaders bias to action, then iterate with data rather than anxiety. 6. Curate your circle by the direction they pull you. Rooms set ranges for what feels normal. Around small thinking, ambition shrinks to fit. Around builders, courage feels ordinary. Invest to change rooms, masterminds, mentors, specialized agencies, peer groups. Replace proximity to drama with proximity to discipline, capital, and customers. When your default conversation becomes pricing, systems, ownership, and leverage, your default week upgrades without a fight. You now have operating rules for time, attention, and environment. Next, you will install the architecture of wealth, how you pick games, structure deals, and stack assets so you get paid whether storms hit or skies stay clear. The silent rules do not shout, they pay out. In the next stretch, you will choose games with outsized prizes, design fee structures that pay you first, and learn when to cut a loss before it compounds. You will see why starting ugly beats waiting perfect, and why changing on purpose beats being changed by surprise. Keep going. Silence is where the real rules live. The next 5 rules will tilt your future fast. 5. Play only games with meaningful prizes. Winning the wrong game perfectly is the slowest way to lose. Before you pour years into anything, ask, if I win, what unlocks? More autonomy? Scalable income? Equity I can keep? If the reward is a marginal raise, a nicer cubicle, or public approval that evaporates in a week, it's not a game worth playing. Study people who already won the game you're in. Do you want their calendar, their health, their family life? If not, pivot. Trade small, certain wins for fewer bets with asymmetric upside. 4. Start before you're ready, then upgrade in motion. Beginning turns you from consumer to producer. Bad tools used well beat great tools you never touch. Publish the first version. Sell before you scale. Take the awkward meeting. Each imperfect rep buys better context, sharper taste, and access to the bigger room. Ignore the flinch from bystanders. They don't carry your consequences. Prove the model small, then reinvest aggressively into what's working. Momentum is a resource. Treat it like cash. 3. Cut losses early. Sunk cost is a liar. Money already spent is tuition, not a reason to keep attending a bad class. If the original assumptions died, bury the project with them. Close failing campaigns, exit rotten partnerships, cancel zombie products. Draft a kill criteria list before you start, and honor it when emotions rise. Exiting on unfavorable terms is cheaper than defending a mistake for another year. Save your conviction for ideas that earn it. 2. Get paid regardless of the outcome. The rich prefer structures that pay them for showing up and for succeeding. Ask for deposits before work begins. Use retainers, service minimums, or set up fees that cover overhead. Add revenue shares, licensing, or small equity slices so you benefit from upside you help create. Own distribution data, or the toll booth everyone must pass through. When risk rises, price it. When scope creeps, renegotiate. Design cash flow that arrives even when a quarter goes sideways. 1. Evolve on purpose. Everything valuable has a shelf life, including your skill stack and your business model. Make reinvention a standing meeting. Quarterly, ask what the market now rewards, what tech removes, and what your next unfair advantage could be. Learn publicly, ship updates, and retire tactics past their prime. It's easier to steer a moving car than push a parked one. If you don't upgrade by choice, the world will refactor you by force. Choose the timing, or lose the terms. You now hold rules that reward patience, speed, and nerve. Buy fewer, better longer. Guard hours like equity. Trade deals for outcomes. Higher judgment. Curate proximity. Make one growth move daily. Decide quickly, then improve. Choose rooms and games that expand your future. Start scrappy, cut cleanly, and structure payments so effort and upside both pay. Above all, evolve. Do one thing today that your future self would thank you for tomorrow. Then repeat quietly until people call it genius. Overnight, you'll look years ahead.